The Gutman's Cave is a sacred pagan ritual site near the town of Sigulda in Latvia. Its waters are said to contain healing properties that extend a person's life, and it was the site of a number of worship of deities and offerings to Latvian gods. The legends say that an ancient Latvian chief buried an unfaithful wife, and the unfaithful wife was so distraught by guilt that her tears flowed from this cave, and that's where the healing properties come from, this water of forgiveness and regret that comes from this place. Even up to the 19th century, Latvian pagans and worshippers of the Latvian deities would bring offerings and perform rituals at this cave, at this site. And over hundreds and hundreds of years, it's kept up these traditions, even though so much has changed in Latvia, and so there's been so many changes in religion and the modernization of the country. Even then, it still holds this place in the heart of the Latvian people and their culture and their interpretation and, their history of their gods. All over the cave, you'll see names and inscriptions, and these aren't, the normal vandalism that people do at sacred sites, but rather these are all names that are signed, inscriptions, messages that were left by pagans, by people who were pilgrims that came to this holy place, by people who made offerings to gods at the Gutman's Cave. You're able to reach the cave by taking a train to the town of Sigulda and then walking through. You have to cross through, a small mountain path, but from there in Sigulda you'll get to the national park. And right there is the cave that's kind of tucked away at the back, a little bit of a ways from the path. And still, just the aesthetic of the cave and the fact that it's brought so many people and so many people have left their names, their marks on these walls, has made it something more than just a tourist attraction, something more than a site. The willpower and the faith of all of these people, especially in a country like Latvia where a lot of the pagan traditions were pushed out by different religious groups and outside invaders, they are able to still maintain their culture and maintain their beliefs in places like this cave, where even if they couldn't practice out in the open all the time, the Latvian people were able to pass down the traditions and memories of who they are and who they were, and the worship of their deities from generation to generation on the walls of this cave and in the sharing of this legend of the holy water. So even when times get tough and even when we feel like we're losing our tradition or we're losing our culture, is there something we can do similar to what they've done with the Gutman's Cave by leaving our mark and leaving our sign and passing on, these traditions that we came here, we made our pilgrimage, and we hope that our children, our grandchildren will come and leave their mark on this cave as well. And so how do we leave our mark? How do we leave these traces and memories that people can't erase so that we can preserve what we see as our culture, our beliefs, and what's important to us, even for hundreds of years in the future?